Look what we have here. The PC Mag Best Mobile Networks Report. They just published it. Big shout out to Sophie and the Reach Out team over at PC Mag for sending this out and letting me know that they dropped it. I want to do a full overview, somewhat of an analysis to it. A lot of data collected here, tons of thousands of miles that were logged across the country. So big shout out to the team over there, Sasha Seaban and them making it happen. Let's see what's going on here and how the carriers performed. Now you may realize that there are all different types of ways to access reports on the carriers. Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, and then soon to be Dish and formerly Sprint and all of that. You could go to Ookla, you can go to, Open Signal, you can go to Root Metrics, you can go to any of them. They all test things differently. They all have different collections of data testing at different times in different places, and different season, months, and all that, and usage cases, and they all have their thing, right? Let's take a look at PC Mag and their process. They drove more than 10,000 miles across the U.S. speed testing AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, both in 4G and 5G, cities, towns, rural areas, and they crowned their 13th annual champion. All right, again, just published June 21st here. All right, so the Best Mobile Networks 2022, and man, we're like halfway through the year. They already crowned a best network. Okay, all right, man. I can guess whatever. All right, let's see what it is. Says here, this time around, we hit 30 cities, 6 rural regions using the latest Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus phones to see how AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon did. T-Mobile wins 18 of the 30 cities to Verizon's 8 and AT&T's 4. So those are the outright wins. T-Mobile way ahead. Looking purely at speed, and the difference is even more stark. AT&T's entire advantage is in places where it has greater network reliability than T-Mobile. T-Mobile wins 19 cities on speed to Verizon's 9 and AT&T's 2. T-Mobile also doing better than ever before in rural areas, though it gets docked slightly for still having more rural data dead zones outside the Northeast. This has been a thing for T-Mobile for a long time. You you know steer away from the beaten path and you start finding dead spots, coverage issues, then probably relying on some roaming agreements and partners and such. Looking at some data, you will see that overall winner is T-Mobile here. The maximum downlink speed, and then you could see where like the ultra wideband 5G millimeter wave for Verizon way out ahead, pushing that 4 gigabit per second. AT&T's got a little bit of millimeter wave. It looks like they connected to it for some testing. T-Mobile, this could be millimeter wave, but we have started to see, with widening channels and carrier aggregation of 5G, we are starting to see T-Mobile really push the issue with midband. So there's no guarantee that's millimeter wave. That could be, N41 in combination with other spectrum types. But average downlink speed, AT&T at 79, T-Mobile at 264, Verizon at 156. So you see there's a little bit of variability there. That's really low for AT&T. If I was to say, for example, test Cleveland, my market, that number would be much higher. I'd say like 20 or 30% higher. Let's see here. Percentage above 25 megs. So what this essentially tells you is they've got capacity, right? That's because it's 25 megs or higher. That would be a 4K video stream probably. AT&T and Verizon very close at 74 and 73% respectively, and then T-Mobile way ahead at 81%. All right, uplink speed, pretty much the same story here, right? With the exception of Verizon edging out T-Mobile by a little bit. All right, Verizon at 144, T-Mobile at 138, and then AT&T at 81. Average uplink, you got AT&T at 21, Verizon at 23, and then T-Mobile at 33. So that's a nice metric for T-Mobile there. They're probably usually the best for uplink in a lot of places. And then percentage above 5%, again, a consistency metric, right, of capacity, 79% of the time for AT&T, 77% of the time for Verizon, and then 81% of the time for T-Mobile. I think the reason why Verizon, some of these numbers are low for them, they've left a lot of sites untouched for a long time. I think that's hurting them in tests like this, where they get tested, because their modernized sites are absolutely tremendous. CBRS, 5G ultra wideband, All those things have really helped the network. In places where they have it, it's great, but there is just so much work for them to do. And they're probably going to get to it here in the next year or two, but you could see they lag behind both AT&T and T-Mobile, and that's because I think AT&T and T-Mobile have been able to upgrade more sites over the last 2 or 3 years, something that Verizon is now having to do as they build out their ultra-wideband network. Latency, T-Mobile takes the cake at 39 milliseconds. Verizon at 40, they're pretty close. T-Mobile, AT&T is kind of lagging in this place at 47%. Dropped calls, they're all at 1%. Guys, I will tell you this. The only time I've ever had dropped calls in the Cleveland market is on T-Mobile. I'm not throwing asperges. I'm not putting T-Mobile down. This is just me calling a spade a spade. I don't drop calls on Verizon in my market. I don't drop calls on AT&T in my market. The only time I have troubles with calls is on T-Mobile. In fact, I don't even do it anymore because it has become so problematic. Like whether it's a video call or it's a traditional voice call, I've always had trouble with them in my market. Failed data connections, pretty interesting here. AT&T the best at 6%, Verizon at 7%, and then T-Mobile at 8%. They're all pretty close. I don't know, nothing really substantial there. I will say that the sheer number of failed connections, that's kind of alarming. I would like to see this probably drop, right, in this next evolution of tech going over to standalone 5G networks. I'd like to see this drop completely, like get cut in half at least, but we'll see here. All right, and there's your ranking. T-Mobile number 1, Verizon number 2, AT&T number 3. Let's see if there's up, and there's Sasha C-Band. There he is, the man. Okay, moving on to talk about 5G as it continues to improve. The difference between 4G and 5G is becoming huge now. So what this is telling you is if you don't have a 5G phone, it is now time to start putting your attention on potentially getting an upgrade. So if you have an iPhone 11 or older, if you have a Samsung Galaxy S10 non 5G or older, right? If you got an older Pixel phone or a mid-range Pixel phone from a couple of years ago, now you're looking at devices that should have 5G enabled modems and radio gear. You should be looking at a 5G phone. All right, so check it out. Let's go all the way back when they first started doing this. In 2010, AT&T had the best 3G. LTE wasn't a thing yet. Verizon does LTE the best at launch. Moving forward, look, Verizon for 11 and 12. In 2013, AT&T has some kind of renaissance of some sort. They were the best in 2013. Verizon 14, Verizon in 15, 16, 17, 18, and then AT&T in 2019. That coincides with when they started upgrading a lot of their tower sites, with this whole FirstNet contract. They really shined, right? In 2020, it was Verizon. In 21, it was T-Mobile. And this is kind of like the 5G era, right? And then T-Mobile again in 2022. So notice there's no T-Mobile for the longest. Their network was always terrible. And then the last couple of years, things have changed as they have really put a lot of emphasis on upgrading sites, building sites. The Sprint acquisition was huge for them, getting them coverage in more places and giving them more sites where they can upgrade and create more capacity, especially in urban and even suburban and rural areas. It really was a game changer for them. T-Mobile's triumph. This is what it is, right? Here are some data points here. Percentage of tests by speed for urban and rural. So we can click on urban and rural. I'm going to go ahead and link this report for you guys. All right, so urban, you will see here for AT&T, you've got the Verizon data points. Here's the T-Mobile data points. There's the downlink speed. You will see like Verizon very, very fast where they have their ultra wideband. T-Mobile very fast, right, where they build it. You'll see that AT&T does lag quite a bit here. Percentage of tests, right, between these. So this is nice from T-Mobile. You see what I'm saying? Like, look, percentage of tests above 300 megabits per second. You see there's like a separation in this area, right? AT&T drops off, Verizon steadily dropping, and T-Mobile hanging on to a large percentage of tests that are very, very fast, right? They've got a lot of capacity in theirs. So, like, the important thing to note here is this is 100% a function of the N41 build out. Once AT&T and Verizon start to have that same swath of spectrum, which they have with C-band, we'll start to see like Verizon, AT&T up here too. We'll probably see that on the next report. Let me see anything else here. Midband rules. There it is. Talking about ultra capacity and midband. What does it see? The orange spots show where we saw T-Mobile's UC network in our testing. So here they are on the eastern seaboard. Here it is in Florida. All right, there's some Texas and Oklahoma testing. They didn't test in Cleveland. They didn't consult me. Shame on them. They should have. All right, but you will see that the combination of low band 5G and mid band 5G making T-Mobile scores really, really good. All right, what about Dish? We can't really say anything about Dish right now. I don't think they were able to really test them. And yeah, it says here 10,000-mile drive, followed by 30-second phone calls to record a message. Okay, they repeat the testing. I'll let you guys check it out here. All right, I'll let you guys do this. This explains all their mission, their philosophy, I guess their procedure, how they scored speeds, how they scored reliability, call success, data success. This is interesting. They did electric car testing. Oh, they got the markets here too. Okay, very nice. You could do Atlanta, Austin, Baltimore. Again, I don't see Cleveland. I don't understand why they didn't want to consult me on this, but let's click on Vegas and see what happens here. You can see it on the interactive map. Las Vegas, the winner is T-Mobile. I think Mr. Carlos S. Tech would probably disagree with this. I don't think he feels very good about T-Mobile in Vegas. Let's see. Can we pick other cities here? Nope. No interactive part here. And then this just gives you all the locations. Let's see here. Let's pick New York City. And I'm guessing they're probably going to say it's T-Mobile. And it is. Let's see what else they got here. Let's pick another city. Let's switch it up a little bit. All right, so here's one that I think historically is AT&T, and that's Detroit. Let's see if that's still the case. T-Mobile and Verizon. Okay, I'm shocked. Okay, so that was a little bit of... Oh, and then it shows you where they got their testing, right? The locations. Let's see what else here. Come on. Come on, PC Mac. How many ads you guys need? All right, let's see here. Ooh, they got regions. North Central Rural, Southeast Rural, Northeast Rural. Let's go Southwest Rural and see what it is here. That's interesting. They're doing regions. AT&T in the Southwest Rural. Can anybody confirm that? Yuma, Phoenix, San Diego, Kingman to Vegas and into Southern Utah. Okay. Anyways, oh, and then they give you the score here, the overall winner and how they calculated it. All right, so all these numbers get updated on every region you choose here at the bottom. This is pretty cool. I'll go ahead and link all this for you guys. You guys can check it out and comment down below about the outcomes. Oh, we got a friend in Raleigh here. Big shout out to Timbo. Maybe it is T-Mobile. All right. You guys could see T-Mobile's winning a lot in this report. All right. Look at the discrepancies there. Wow. Above 25 megabits per second, 90% of the time. All right. So there you guys have it. That's the report. Again, thanks to the team over at PC Mag for sharing this with me. And we kind of did the overview here. I'll link this so you guys can check out your regions and the results and comment down below your thoughts and opinions. You all are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more, and turn on that bell notifications icon so you never miss an upload. Links in the description for my Patreon page. Support us there. Get early access to content, exclusive videos not found anywhere else. Also, my Twitter handle is down there, and all business inquiries can go to the Gmail address down in the description. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Peace.